So today on GoodEnough Motorsport, we're working on an A92, but not my A92.
My A92.
Oh yeah. So for those of you in the know, this is Justin, a friend of Elliot in the A92 group. And this is his, or their, A92 with a silver top swap. So what's the story behind this car?
We were looking for a project. We both like cars. Elliot found this in like 2 or 3 days. It was like, hey, look at this. It was $2,000. We didn't know each other. We never hung out. We weren't even friends at the time. We were just like, hey, we both like cars. Let's go take a look at it.
A92, A86.
Exactly.
It's two numbers.
We were just like, oh, Toyota. Fun. We were
Yeah.
like, hell yeah. We were like,
Reliable.
oh, swap. You know, we were like, okay, that seems like a project, something like new. It's not something you see often, like a Miata or a Civic.
So this is your first project car.
Yeah, 100%.
So first car, first project. Sorry. Dive into right at the fucking end, man.
Yeah.
Like swap, manual. You've not driven manual, and Elliot hasn't.
Nope.
To their merit, though, they handled their first time pretty well. I reckon you got an exhaust leak.
Bro, there is no exhaust.
Okay, that's an exhaust loss. I reckon you got an exhaust leak.
Bro, there is no exhaust.
Okay, that's an exhaust loss then. Alright, clean her out. Good boy.
Fuck yeah! Get him, boy! Get him, boy! Woo! Come on, this way! Get him, boy! Let's go! Woo! Deja vu! I did it!
So as mentioned, what we got here is a, based on this, and a MAF sensor. This is a silver top for a G20 valve with a Honda Civic radiator based on my suggestions and Kyle Sven's. Motor mounts are shut because we were driving and the engine was just rocking like a mother. And suffice it to say, the interior needs a wee bit of work. I mean, Flintstone style is cool and all, but it might be a bit risky, is all I'm saying. Just a bit. Brakes will need to be done. Like, pretty much everything on this car needs to be done or redone. Pretty much. Because the brake pedal is very, very spongy. But, yeah. Actually, today we'll be dropping the subframe off of here. This big bastard is gonna come off. So that bolt, they ain't looking too bad. This may be going rather well. I'm gonna find out that the studs that should have bolts that should have nuts on them do not. Which may explain why the engine was rocking back and forth so violently. Other than that, yeah, well, typical 80s, 90s, not misused, but just left to rot Toyota stuff, like rust and all that shit, but that's not much to be concerned about. That will all be taken care of. So we got this big son bitch down, and come to find out, not only was the rear engine mount not bolted to the subframe, it was not even bolted to the motor. Seriously. Again, I reiterate, no wonder it rocked like a motherfucker. Next, we'll have to do some shopping because there is a bracket for the exhaust system. We need to disconnect that plug, but that will all be taken care of in good order. And hey, who knows? Maybe by the end of the day we do the rear subframe as well.
Yeah.
So we're currently taking off the airbox to have more access to the power steering line and eventually removal of the steering rack, because these crazy motherfuckers, they also want no power steering, much like I did. So the steering rack has to come out, specific seal will have to be removed from it, and then reassembled and then put back into the car. Sounds like a fun weekend! So after almost 4 hours of fiddling, we got all this out, and this, and this. End links need to be removed, but I reckon I'm just gonna chop them. But yeah, not much left of the car, but I reckon engine mounts were way past fucking due. I believe this is what's left of the front one. I mean, yeah, maybe you could reuse that. Not likely. Rear one is actually in not too bad of a shape. Just wasn't hooked up at all. Wasn't bolted to the cross member, wasn't bolted to the motor in itself. So, yeah, I mean, at this point, yeah, just get a new one and try to get a hold of some polyurethane mix and siphon that mother up. And then the mount brackets will simply be brushed and receive a coat of paint. That about right?
Yep, that's about it.
But for now, let's eat. So now that we got our ass up, we'll try to undo the control arms and subframe and hopefully slide it out without too much problem. Yeah, pretty much. Fingers crossed, man. This may prove tricky. Well, well, well. Special guest, isn't it? Oh. So if you wouldn't mind, introduce yourself, sir.
I am O'Kane, Elliot O'Kane.
What? Elliot Cocaine?
Yeah, sure, exactly.
Okay, I didn't see that one coming. So, co-owner of that 9.2. Yes, we had the high gastronomy shit. Dude, I like M&M's, okay? Shut up. So yeah, subframe cross member is off. I don't know if you saw the videos I sent you. This is your front mount. Safe to say you needed one.
Safe to say, yeah. Wow.
And your rear mount was
juste pas connecté.
at all.
C'est ça. C'est celle-là.
Was not bolted to the engine and not bolted to the cross member.
How was it holding then?
Parce que
It wasn't. That's the thing.
Like that was just in.
Ouais.
En dessous, t'es supposé mettre des bolts.
Ouais.
Il y avait même pas les bolts, fait qu'il était juste genre gravity, il le tenait en place.
Yeah, it wasn't holding.
Fuck.
That's why the engine was rocking about. You got this, and then you got that one that's not even connected.
Je comprends là.
So yeah, when I say fill in the gaps with urethane, see that big window here?
Yeah.
And underneath there? That's the parts you want to fill up
Yeah, okay.
with polyurethane mix. That's for the rear, and for the transmission transmission mount. You want to fill those up with polyurethane mix. Front and engine side you will leave be. So yeah, the engine is just hanging from these two mounts.
Okay. So there are
Only 4 in total.
Okay, we got
Front, rear, side and side.
Alright.
Now we're attacking the rear end. That sounded dirty. But I mean, dude, we got lucky though. No broken bolts, nothing. Like this all came out without much of an issue.
I took out the nut buster though.
Yeah.
What will you do without it?
Oh, I've been single for 4 years. Trust me, I needed to bust a nut. Something fierce. So quick sit rep on what has been going on with this car. A lot of work has been going on off camera, but we just wanted to get cracking and get shit done. So rear subframe has been removed and will be refurbished. That is also perfect time to come underneath and clean up what needs to be done. Brakes are coming off soon, right?
Yep.
So yeah, safe to say they need work. Wheel bearings also. That's actually not too bad. Wheel bearings, you just pull off the disc. You'll have your hub, which has some big holes in it. That's for you to put a ratchet through and undo the 4 bolts that are holding it, and then just pull it out. Aside from that, oh yeah, the guys have been grinding heavily to clean up the subframe and cross member. It's going along nicely. There's still some here and there, but I mean, it's a work in progress, right? I think this is just about ready to paint, really. Yeah, boy. And this bastard is up next. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. Oh yeah, I remember these being quite the pain to remove because you have the bolt going through the camber bolts. Yeah. And these are like pressed into the bushing, but you have to push them out of everything. It's such a pain in the ass. Oh, the gift that keeps on giving. We had to ooh, this is hot. This is fucking hot. To use what is the propane torch you got?
Propane torch.
Yeah, smells like it. Heat the absolute balls of the those control arm bushings, the one that have the camber bolts in them. Wow. You need a hammer, mate. But yeah, I had to blaze them to hell and back. And then I had to cut them still, and they still wouldn't budge. But with enough hammering and cutting, it got done. This is what progress looks like. Garage is a mess. A bunch of cans of products and drinks and whatever. A car halfway torn all to shit. But one step backwards to go, then 10 steps forward. And it's now like 15 to 7. It's already dark out. And I have an hour's worth of drive home. That's gonna be fun. Could be worse. I got the day off, but I still got to work. So, take care then. I'll see you soon enough.